Hi, welcome to Truly Woke. Today, I'm going to be talking about a breakup from two different points of view. And by the end of this, you're going to reflect on your own relationship, saying, "Oh my God, that's exactly what my relationship was like. And oh my God, I'm talking like that to my real life ex." This is not a riddle. Both the individuals you meet in the following story are telling the truth. They both lived through the events that took place. Throughout this scenario, I will be asking you to take sides. You can answer me in the comments, because I see every single comment. By the end of this, I hope to convince you on why two genuine human beings could interpret their experiences differently. Here we go. Here is the question that we have to answer. When the relationship ends, and both sides are sure that they have tried their best to keep it alive, who is right? I will be presenting you with the same arguments that both sides made to each other, but first, from her side, then from his. Notice the difference and try to see which one is right. I will begin with her side. Maya and Ben were together for 3 years. From Maya's perspective, the relationship's most salient feature was the feeling of Ben's emotional detachment, the sense that he was always inaccessible and unavailable, even when he was present. Argument 1, her version. Ben grew silent for 2 days at a time when they were arguing about his job hunting, and he would give no reason. Maya tells the story of asking him and giving him space, asking again, giving space, and again getting nowhere. It was like talking to a wall that only nodded occasionally. Argument 2, her version. A trip Ben cancelled with a text message and no explanation, 3 days before they were supposed to leave. Maya spent an entire week obsessing over it, convinced something was seriously wrong, while Ben acted as if it never happened. Argument 3, her version. The night she told him she was leaving, her version. He seemed so unsurprised, so entirely unfazed, that she had no doubt in her mind that he had given up on their relationship long before she had. Wait, now one quick poll. Based on just what you've heard so far, who do you think tried harder here? Comment A for Maya, B for Ben, or C if you're not sure yet. Now here's Ben, describing the exact same 3 moments. Argument 1, his version. The job search conversation had triggered something specific. Maya had brought up his dad, who had been laid off years ago and never recovered, in a way Ben experienced as a direct comparison. He went silent because he was, in his words, trying not to say something I couldn't take back. He didn't know how to explain that without reopening the comparison. Argument 2, his side. The reason he could not take the vacation was not casual. His job had just told him round of layoffs was going to happen, and he needed to be there to see the people that were not laid off that week, or he risked being laid off himself. He did not tell his fiancée Maya this because, in his own words, "I didn't want to say it out loud because it felt like admitting I was turning into my father." So he said something else and sent her a one-liner text message instead. Argument 3, his version. The night Maya told him she was leaving, Ben couldn't get any words out. He wasn't being emotional. He was literally incapacitated. He had been dealing with the prospect of losing her for 3 years and hadn't said anything about it. So that night, he really couldn't get any words out. Quick poll. Who do you think tried harder? Has your opinion changed? Comment A, B, or C. I want to see what other people thought. Here's the thing that is strange, if you think about it. Neither one of them lied about a single thing. The dinner happened. The silence happened. The vacation really was cancelled by text message. The night she left, he really was just silent. The facts are all there, but the problem is that they both attach completely different meaning to the very same facts. Because, in Maya's mind, silence equals absence. It means that there is no fight in him, that he doesn't care enough to argue and fight for them. But, to Ben, silence is the only reaction left to him in the midst of a very real and deeply troubling internal crisis he has no words or ability to articulate. Same silence, two completely different meanings, neither one lying in any way whatsoever. Let's lay out what we know. No labels yet. 1. Maya always seemed to think that any sign of Ben pulling away equaled him thinking about ending their relationship in general. 2. Ben pulled away from her always when he thought something bad was going to happen in the relationship that would make him feel like a failure. And it wasn't really about this relationship in particular. It was more about the feeling of failure that he used to feel around his dad. 3. Neither one ever asked the other why he did what he did when he did it, and both read into the space between the words. 4. And Maya believed that the reason was that he thought she had fallen out of love with him, while Ben thought she just needed more space. So just before I tell you what actually happened here, who do you think was right? And also, more importantly, which one are you? Which are you in your relationships? Comment box, tell me who you're vibing with, and tell me who you think was right. Here is what I see. 2 different modes of attachment, both of which are somewhat autonomous and run simultaneously in the relationship between Maya and Ben. First, I see Maya's attachment to Ben as anxious, because Maya begins to perceive his behavior as somewhat aloof and detached. I think her anxiety triggers the need to become more involved in Maya's life in general and get reassurance about her own feelings. I see Ben as avoidant because most likely his attachment style is adaptive, and he views seeking support as potentially unsafe, and thus learns to rely on himself more and manage problems internally. Therefore, I believe that the conflict observed in the conversation above is between avoidant and anxious attachment styles. The interaction above is an example of how anxiously attached individuals react to avoidant partners by trying to get closer in response to their partner's withdrawal. At the same time, the withdrawal of the partner is also a reaction to the other partner's need for closeness. If the viewers guess what attachment is in action here correctly, they may have seen it in Ben's aloof behavior both times, after the dinner out and when he cancelled the trip. Ben's aloofness is a reflection of the avoidant style, and it is the reason why Maya becomes anxious and needs reassurance. However, the same pattern is repeated in the conversation before the cancelling of the trip, and this is how his attachment style is revealed. The same pattern can be seen when he ignores Maya after dinner and later cancels the trip with her, without explaining the situation. A short note on attachment: anxious, avoidant, etc. In general, attachment is a term that encompasses a set of behaviors learned in early childhood and enabling the child to satisfy their need for closeness and reassurance. Anxious attachment develops when a child's experience of parental responsiveness has been unpredictable, thus teaching the child to be constantly on guard in order to detect signs of parental acceptance or rejection. Avoidant attachment, in its turn, emerges from consistent parental unresponsiveness to a child's emotional demands, thus teaching the child to rely on themselves rather than on others. Anxious attachment is not a choice. Same is true for avoidant, disorganized, and other forms of attachment. The inclination to seek closeness in relationships is subconscious, and so is the avoidance of others as a means of protecting oneself. It is interesting to speculate whether Maya and Ben had insecure, anxious, or avoidant attachments to their parents. However, even if they did, their childhood experiences most probably were not connected with each other. It is hard to imagine a scenario where the two would meet, much less fall in love. In fact, it is their differences that make Maya and Ben fall for each other. The anxious partner is attracted to the avoidant one's calmness and self-confidence, while the avoidant partner is fascinated by the anxious one's devotion and persistence. Yet, when the relationship moves from the abstract realm of imagination into reality, the flaws that attracted the partners to each other are quickly transformed into a source of irritation and disappointment. There is no easy answer, as there rarely is when it comes to these types of situations. But what many experts agree on is that the best answer in these situations is to out loud name the pattern, without blaming each other, in a way that doesn't put either party on the defensive. I shut down when I feel overwhelmed, and I pull away when I feel like you're pulling away aren't accusations. They're statements of fact about the way two people's minds and bodies work. If you related strongly to either Maya or Ben's story tonight, I encourage you to look into this for yourself with either a professional or even just your own two eyes if this is a pattern that continues itself in other relationships. Go back to the same dinner sense, told twice. Watch them back to back. Everything you needed to understand this pattern was already there, in both of them, before I named it. If you flipped your answers to one of the two pause points earlier, let me know in the comments which one it was. And if you related to one of these two being you, I'll be seeing you in the next one.